a second to tap in with the kid before we start building on this subject matter, man. Hopefully, y'all got about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes to chop it up with the kid, man. Y'all see the subject matter, man. We talking about ignorance. Y'all know I don't like the whole phrase ignorance is bliss. I can't stand it. Ignorance is some BS though, but the people love remaining ignorant to everything, remaining oblivious to everything. People would rather not know something than to know it. And we gonna build on why that's the reality of the majority. Ronaldo, peace, what's happening? What's the word? How everybody living and feeling on this wonderful Wednesday? Hopefully y'all staying healthy out here, man. Hopefully y'all drinking the water, eating the fruits, veggies, drinking smoothies, getting the proper rest, working out, all that good stuff. Staying consistent and committed to the health goals. Y'all know I got to tap in with that. But we talking about ignorance though, man. We talking about ignorance. Why do people like to remain in that ignorant state? Airview, peace, what's happening with you, my brother? What's the word? Ignorance, man. That's the subject matter, man. Ignorance. Okay, cool. What's happening? Peace. Chris, peace. What's happening? What's the word? Ignorance, ignorance, ignorance. Hey, Shep, what's happening? I don't know about y'all, but I like to know things so that I can make informed decisions. I don't like to be in the I don't like to be in the realm of not knowing. I like to know so I can make some informed, calculated decisions. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I like to operate. Jen, peace, what's happening? Montel, peace, what's the word? Jasmine, what's happening? A-Chef, for sure. For sure, hey, appreciate you tapping in. But yeah, I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm in the business of liking to know things so that I can make informed decisions. But that's not the masses for the most part, man. I've had people tell me directly that they would rather not know something. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to certain subjects, they'd rather be in the realm of not knowing. They'd rather remain ignorant to some things. What they say, certain things they just want to know. I don't understand that type of philosophy and that type of energy, vibration, frequency, whatever words you choose to utilize. I don't understand that. If it's something that's going to impact my life, the quality of my life, why would I not want to know this? Don't understand that. But I literally have had people tell me these things. I've literally had people when you start talking about certain subjects, it's like they trying to dip. They trying to remove themselves from this conversation because they don't want to know. They don't want to know this truth. They don't want to know this reality. Being in the health realm, like I've had people, when you try to talk about how to reverse ailments and, things to do to prevent certain diseases, like they don't want to know these things. Hitting me with the we gonna die anyway type deal. All of that type of nonsense. So you don't want to know the ill effects of the foods that you are consuming and what you can do to combat the danger that you have caused, combat the harm that you have caused to yourself. You don't want to know what you can eat to reverse that damage? Why would you not want to know that? I think I just solved the problem. Let me know. Let me know if the buffering is done with, man. I think I just solved that problem, man. They trying to mess with my whole stream here, man. Right when I was about to get into the build, here we go, buffering and all that type of nonsense with the connection, man. But let me know if y'all tapped in, man. I think I just solved my issue there. Got to get tech savvy out here, man. Y'all know what it is. They can't hold me down. All right, we looking good now. I think we good. I think I just solved that problem. Had to tap in, man, to the tech knowledge. Again, talking about ignorance. See, I need to know how to fix these situations, man. I don't want to not know how to fix a situation if they tampering with what I got going on. So you got to learn, got to do the knowledge. Now I know what's happening. I know how to fix it. If I was ignorant to what was going on, I wouldn't have been able to just fix my situation. Again, it's right on time with the information and the message. That's why we talking about ignorance right here, man. This is what knowledge can do. It can lead you to fix a situation. Instead of getting upset, we're going to solve the problem. See what's happening. What's the word? Yeah, we back in this thing. Lindell, peace for sure. Hey, we got to get back in rare form, man. I'm back in that mode, back on that type of grind. Because I've been noticing a lot of things, man. I notice, I sit back and I observe, I analyze and I examine. Most of the time, that's what I'm doing. Sitting back, observing, analyzing, examining. Y'all already know I'm researching, reading, all that type of good stuff, man. So when you examine, when you observe, when you analyze, man, you just notice a lot of things in regards to society, in regards to the masses, you know? And one of the things that I have definitely noticed is just the level of ignorance. I mean, this is something that's been out here, man, but it's like it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Even when it's just the ego and pride, all of this good stuff, man, it's just crazy on both sides, man. People are not really receptive to information that goes against something that they may believe. You know, they got the confirmation bias and things like that, man. They only want to deal with information that coincides with something that they believe to be true. Anything outside of that realm, they not even going to tap into researching it. And that's weird, man. That's ignorance. I'm not just about to sit here and agree with everything that agrees with me, and anything that disagrees with me, I'm not going to look into it. That's how you strengthen your argument. That's how you strengthen your perception. That's how you, hey, iron sharpens iron. That's how you do that. That's how you become better, man. But most people, man, if it's something that goes against what it is that they believe to be true, they don't want to hear it. They walking out of the room. They done told you to eat a certain type of way all your life. Somebody telling you to eat the total opposite. You don't want to hear that. You know, they'd have been telling you this truth 30, 40 plus years. Somebody telling you what they done told you is a lie. You don't want to hear that. It's like, we can't be like that, man. We can't be open. We got to be open-minded. We got to be more open-minded, man. What they say, empty in the cup. We got to do that. That's the only way to really eradicate the ignorance, man. Got to challenge yourself. And unfortunately, challenging yourself means challenging everything that you was taught to believe up to this point. That's when I essentially started to grow. CC, peace, what's happening? That's when I really started to evolve and elevate. When I started to challenge everything that I had been taught up to that certain point in my life. When I challenged those things, when I actually started to tap into them and study them and ask myself, why do I believe this to be true? Why do I believe that to be true? When I started asking myself those questions and started researching and studying, that's what led to the elevation of my mind, of my body, because I started questioning everything that I had been taught. There is no way that you are going to grow in life if you don't do that. You have got to question everything that you've been taught up to this point. And you got to continue to do that, man. Never accept something on face value. Never accept something or roll with something because somebody you trust told you this. That's not a good enough reason, fam. You got to do your own research, come to your own conclusion. That's how you must do that. That's what I did. I had plenty of people I trust, gave me some information, but I'm like, man, let me look into this for myself. And then I'm going to reach a conclusion based off of all of the evidence that I collect. Nisi, peace, what's happening? What's the word? You know, I don't like to be in an ignorant state. I don't know about y'all, man. If it's something that, like I said, if it's something that I know that can help me, I want to know. If y'all got some information out here that can cure diseases, prevent diseases, I want to know that. Why would I not want to know this information? You telling me all I got to do is read some of these books and implement certain practices in my life and I could prevent diseases? I could prevent disease? I want to know that. I need to know that. You know, I'm not about to run from that type of information, man, at all. But most people do, man. We run from the information that's beneficial to us. But we run straight to the information. I ain't even going to call this information. We run straight to the nonsense. Ready to be entertained by it. Ready to be entertained by it, man. Like, I cherish the brain. I cherish the mind. So I don't want nonsense occupying space in my brain and mind. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like that. I don't want the nonsense occupying that space. I don't make room for that nonsense, man. If it's some nonsense, I don't entertain it. I'm not consuming it. I'm only making room for what's useful and beneficial to me. That's how I'm rolling. If it's beneficial, if it's useful, all right, let it occupy some space in the brain and the mind. But man, every time I tap into social media and see conversations be trash, man. Like 85 to 90% of the time. be straight trash. And when you come with something of substance, everybody looks at you like you're crazy, of course. You know, the type of things, especially black folks, the type of things that we debate about is crazy, and we fall for the okie doke every time. We fall for the okie doke every time. And I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of one of the ways that we fall for the okie doke every time. Man, we be hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? Because we entertain a lot of the ignorance, but then when it comes to prime example, man, I've been seeing a lot of people, man, we got two conversations that's going on social media right now. Everybody talking about the Little Mermaid being depicted as black. Now that's white folks got a problem with that. And then you got this whole Viola Davis joint, the Woman King joint, which that was a whole marketing. Listen, they named it Woman King for marketing purposes, and they succeeded. I'm a marketing person, so I'm already knowing what's behind the name. They know the climate that we live in today. So why not come out with a movie and say, we gonna name this Woman King? Dude, do you know that's marketing? Marketing 101. I know what they doing. But we got folks, we got all type of conversations stemming from these movies, man, and the stuff ain't making any type of sense out here. Any type of sense, man. Any type of sense, man. I done seen people go in on the Woman King movie. I done seen both sides going in, people fooling with the movie. But it's like at the end of the day, why am I arguing about a movie? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it boils down to. Why am I arguing about a movie? Either you gonna go see the movie or you not gonna see the movie. We watch all this other nonsense. We go to the movie theaters to watch a bunch of other nonsense. We watch a bunch of other nonsense on YouTube and on our TVs at the crib. But now when it comes to something like this, we all scholars now. We know all about the history in regards to what's supposed to be depicted in that movie. It makes no sense to me. Y'all go watch all this other garbage. Then when it's something like this, now all of us are movie scholars now. It's weird, man. It's hypocritical. Hypocritical. Contradiction. Contradiction, man. Either you gonna go see, we know who done wrote the movie, man. We know this not gonna be 100% accurate depiction and representation of that history. We already know. But if you have studied that history in regards to the women tribe in that particular movie, man, you know what's up. You know what's up, Kurt Peace. What's happening? You know what's up. But what do? We out here debate. We can't agree on nothing. We can't agree. We got to argue. We got to go back and forth on the most simplest of topics. Like, seriously, man. Seriously. But when it comes to important stuff, man, we don't want to have conversations. We'll debate about a movie, though. We'll debate about a movie. We'll sit up on social media and debate about movies. We'll do that. But then, like I said, I'm trying to have a health conversation with you, and you don't want to have that conversation. You want to run from that. But you ready to debate about a movie, though. You ready to debate about that. That's funny to me, man. I find that hilarious. I find it hilarious, though. Okay, cool. What you say? Ignorance allows people to... I was just going to say that. I was going to say that's one of the biggest reasons why people embrace ignorance. I read something in the book that said the more you know, the more you are responsible for. And that's a fact. People don't like the responsibility that comes with knowledge. Simple. It's really simple. That's the reason, like, at the root of everything is fear. People have this fear of knowing certain truths. Like, people had this fear of knowing certain things because, again, you know better, you got to do better. So at the root of it is fear. But at the end of the day, the more you know, the more you are responsible for it. So people don't want to have that knowledge because now you're responsible. Now you can't blame anybody. You know, if you know how to be healthy, if you know how to eat healthy, but you can't blame anybody but yourself. You can no longer say, I don't know something. If somebody then gave you the information on how to generate more money, how to generate wealth, and you still not doing it, You can't blame the system. You can't blame folks. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? If you got this information, if somebody done told you how to do something and you choosing not to do it, there's nobody to blame but yourself. So people would rather be in the dark, so to speak. People would rather remain in that dark, remain blind in the dark, you know, because they don't want to have that responsibility that comes with that knowledge, that comes with that information. I'm all for that responsibility. I'm all for it. I know something, so if I don't choose to implement it, it's on me. Somebody gave me this game. I read it in a book. I saw it in a video. I chose to look past it. So therefore, my health is declining or my health is remaining stagnant, whatever the case may be. That was on me. I made that decision. I came across some information that talked about investing and how to build wealth, and I'm not implementing any of these practices. Well, that's on me. Can't blame anybody. Colleen, for sure, I could do a whole nother video on that. But I mean, the main gist of it, Shantae Peach Queen, what's happening? The main gist of that, like the homie tribe, probably mispronouncing that, but basically those women were forced into that role because of the men being like the men, the warriors and all of that type of stuff being killed and being low in numbers. So the remaining men had to train those women up so that they can fight and protect, you know what I'm saying, the tribe, the territory, the land, and things like that. So that's how those women like stepped into that role. Like it ain't no situation where the dudes were like overly weak and the women had to become the kings and be the warriors because the dudes was weak. Nah, the dudes was just killed in lower numbers, so they had to defend the tribe, so they trained up the women. Real simple stuff like that. But them naming it the Woman King, boy, they knew what type of world we living in, man. That's marketing. Marketing 101. Let's call this the Woman King. Oh, that's going to create some controversy. That's going to get people to talk. So that's all that is with the title, man. Once you know like the backstory and the history of it, it's rather interesting. But we sit around, man, and we just be talking crazy, man. A-Shep, yeah, exactly. Like, and that's all they doing. That's all they doing is marketing. And I like really, and like I said, I don't be mad at that type of stuff. It's Hollywood, it's the entertainment industry. I'm not mad when they use slick tactics because that's what they supposed to do. That's literally what they supposed to do. That's their job, man. I'm not mad at them for doing what they are designed to do, man. We just got to make sure we do the proper research and study so we know what it is that we tapping into. Like when I went to see the movie about Tupac, the movie about NWA, I'm knowing the history of this situation. The moment they tell you something is based on a true story, it's like based on a collection of events that may have happened, it's based on it, doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate. It's wordplay. So people be watching things thinking that this is 100% how this happened. No, it's not. It's based on it. Doesn't necessarily mean that everything in this movie happened. Like seriously. CC, yeah, I don't even get it. I don't get it at all. Hey, Akuma, gotta do what you gotta do. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And again, when you get the backstory, of the situation, the women were forced into the role because the guys were killed. the guys was low in number. You know what I'm saying? So we had to protect the tribe. So who trained the women to fight in the first place? It was men. So really, so let's really put everything out there. These women didn't just all of a sudden learn. The men trained them. So again, man, people be getting way too emotional over like some nonsense, man. Like I said, either you gonna go see this movie and enjoy it or you not. I done seen people like overly bash the movie and haven't even seen it, fam. What are you writing a whole dissertation about a movie that you have not seen for? Like, what are you doing that for? Like, I don't understand that. That's like if I show y'all a book and y'all just judge the book by the title and the cover and have not read it. People used to do that all the time to me. Real Supreme Justice, peace, God, what's happening? Like I've seen that 100 times, man. Like I would show somebody a book, it'll have a certain title, it'll have a certain cover. Somebody judging it, and I ask them a simple question like, "Did you read it?" And they be like, "No." So I'm like, therefore, everything you have to say about it, I don't care. At that point, if you have not read the book, do not judge it by the cover and the title. Please read the book first, then come back and let me know something. Sharifman, peace, what's happening? But again, we like to be in an ignorant state. I'm not going to look at a book. I'm not going to look at a book and be like, what's up with that? Like, I'm going to do the knowledge to what's inside of the book first. Then I will let y'all know how I feel about it, because I did my due diligence. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Doing the knowledge, not remaining in that state of ignorance. I am going to peep it first. Then I'm going to let you know how I feel. Straight up. You know, our history is rich, fam. We didn't have women, listen, I ain't even gonna go there because I got some books behind me and I want to find a few of them. But y'all get on me when I start talking about black women in a powerful light. Y'all get on me. I got a book, J.A. Rogers, The World's Greatest Men of Color. He has black women in that book. The book is called The World's Greatest Men of Color. This is J.A. Rogers, one of our, one of the greatest black writers, black authors of all time. J.A. Rogers got some books called The World's Greatest Men of Color. I think it's like 2 volumes to it. I got both of them somewhere up in here. He has black women in there. Some of the powerful black women in history are in the book. That's called The World's Greatest Men of Color. He has women in the book. So, of course, we have had exceptions to the rule. We have had black women that have done some powerful things that sometimes a man is supposed to do. That has happened. It has happened. We have that in our history. I got plenty of books to show and prove that. So then they made one movie about black women out here fighting, and now y'all can't take it? It's one movie, fam. One movie. And from what I know, like I said, I haven't seen it. I don't know if you have saw it. You can confirm it. I don't know if any other gay stuff is in there. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's strictly just these women, these sisters fighting. I think. I haven't seen it. But if they inserted some of that in there, then that's all bad, because I know that wasn't happening back then, especially with that tribe. But like I said, man, J.A. Rogers, World's Greatest Men of Color. He got sisters in it. Devin, peace, what's happening? What's the word? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, I ain't seen it, but I ain't even finna go in on it because I ain't seen it. I know a little bit about the situation, though. I know a little bit about the situation. I know a lot of bit about the situation. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of movies depicting us in a decent light. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, brothers. Some of the stuff, most of the stuff, fabrications and things like that, man, because you know how they gonna do us. So when we dealing with Hollywood, we know we not gonna get the best representation. Even if it's something that's based off of our strong history, man, you know they gonna twist some things and make some things seem worse than what they really are and work. You know, so it is what it is, man. Again, that's why I encourage everybody to just research on your own, man. Learn about some things. Just learn about some things, man, so that you can go watch something like that and see it for what it is. Or not watch it and not be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Not be tripping at all. But straight up, I'm trying to find some of these joints, man. I'm trying to find some of these books. I got too many books up in here, man. I got too many books. Nah, there ain't no such thing as too many books. But I'm trying to find some specific ones that I know should be that I know should be hitting on what it is that I was talking about. I don't see him, man. Once I find him, though, y'all already know I'm going to post him, though. Kurt, J.A. Rogers is one of the GOATs, man. Yeah, get every book by him, man. He got all type of books, man. But I got the World's Greatest Men of Color. I got pretty much all his books. Yeah, I got pretty much all of his books, man. J.A. Rogers is one of them dudes. One of them dudes. If you black, you should have some J.A. Rogers books for sure. 100%. You know, just do the knowledge, man. Study your history for sure. But man, at this stage in the game, like I said, man, we know what the agenda is, man. We know what they striving to do. Don't fall for it. That's what I'm talking. Like at this stage in the game, man, we know what the agenda is. We know what the agendas are. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is. Like my thing is, what do you expect? That's what I don't understand. What do you expect? It's Hollywood. We don't control Hollywood, so we know that it's gonna be a little bit of nonsense in the mix, even if it's something about us. We know it's gonna be a little bit of nonsense in there, like the movies about Pac and NWA. Yeah, those wasn't 100% accurate because it's for entertainment. So we know they gonna stretch the truth. We know they gonna, you know what I'm saying, lie, make some things appear to be what they were not. I went and watched all that. Not for no history lesson. I wasn't watching these movies to be educated on history. Listen, I be watching movies, man, to peep the agenda, to see what they own, to see, like, if I know something about this whole story, I'm gonna see how they lied. I'm watching movies like that. That's what I'm watching the movies for. You know, I'm breaking it down. If I know something about this story, let me see how they told it. Let me see what parts of it they left out, they omitted. Let me see what parts they kept in here. That's what I'm watching it for. Like, I'm breaking it down. Let alone with, okay, this is where the future is headed. I'm watching it for all that type of stuff, man. That's why I'm going to watch a movie, man. I'm trying to break it down. See what they own. See what they trying to tell me. See how they fabricated this story. Use it as a teaching tool, you know. But I ain't watching this movie to be thoroughly educated about something, saying, okay, this is exactly how it went down. Man, we know that's not true. We know that's not true. And then when you got that critical mind and that critical eye, you able to watch it and you able to detect it. So again, we already know if they trying to depict the sisters in a certain light, then you watching the movie and you trying to break it down. And then once you watch the movie and you see the women in that certain light or the sisters in that certain light, now go study what happened. Go study the actual situation. It's that simple. And go see how it lines up. Like, straight up. Oh, Jazz, yeah, they too lazy. It's crazy. They too lazy to think critically, but they not too lazy to think critically when they don't know about something. Like when they just see, like I said, if I just brought up a book where people ain't, like, if I like this book right here that I always bring up, like Black God, boom. People ain't afraid, they ain't lazy to think critically just looking at this title and that, like, looking at the title and the cover. They want to hit me with all type of nonsense then. But they too lazy to read the book. But they can think critically when they see a title, when they see the cover. They like, all right, they finna hit me with all type of stuff, what they think the book is about, what they think they know about this subject matter, instead of just reading the book. Like, that's crazy. People will be critical in a state of ignorance, meaning they are critical before they actually know something. That's weird to me. But then if they watch something or if they read something, they don't have any input. That's backwards, man. It's supposed to be backward. That's supposed to be the other way around. You critical before you actually tap into something. Then when you tap into it, now you don't have nothing to say. You supposed to have an open mind going into something. Then when you watch it, now you supposed to be critical of it. Now you supposed to be able to give us a summary and things like that. That's how that's supposed to work, but it's the total opposite. I'm going to judge this before I even know what it's about. Then when I see what it's about, oh, that's all you have to say. That's backwards, man. That's backwards. You know, like I said, you know how many times I'll be sitting somewhere, man, or some people will see me with an Elijah Muhammad book, Malcolm X book, some just throwing them off. The world's greatest men of color. Like, and they just automatically think they know what I'm on and they know what this book is on, but won't read it. Man, I got this book right here. I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. This book right here. The Clintons' War on Women. Give y'all this book right here. The Clintons' War on Women. I posted this book. And everybody started criticizing the authors of the book. Oh, well, them authors be lying. Woo, woo. I say, cool. But did y'all read the book? They ain't want to answer that. They just kept saying, well, I know the work of those. I said, but cool. Did you read the book? Did you read what was inside of the book? The answer was no. So I said, okay, cool. So y'all just judging things on face value without reading the book. You know what's in the book. And then once you read the book and you confirm what's in the book, you able to detect what's true from fiction. So I put up the book and people start criticizing authors. So I said, boom, y'all made a few assumptions. The first assumption y'all made was that I believe everything that was written in this book and I didn't fact check anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we're not reading the book and saying that everything within this book is 100% right and exact. No. But to say this whole book is a lie because you don't fool with the authors, that's crazy also. Crazy. Definitely some things in this book have been confirmed and are real and true. But again, some people didn't like the authors and they was like, nah, I wouldn't, nah, this book is this, that, and the third. Didn't even read it though. So I said, cool, I'm going to read it. I'm not going to judge the book based off the authors. I'm going to fact check what's in the book. I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to read what's within it, and I'm going to research it, fact check it. Then I'm going to hit you back up and say, okay, I read this book. This element of it wasn't right and exact, but this element was, though. That's how you supposed to do it. That's how you supposed to do it. I'm not about to just write a whole book off because I ain't like the author. I got plenty of Elijah Muhammad books behind me, and people will not touch these books simply because they do not fool with Elijah Muhammad. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to read these books and say, all right, this is what I'm going to take from it. This is what is true based off of my research up to this point. This is what is not true. Like How to Eat to Live. Both volumes. I read both of them. I don't agree with everything that's in both of those books. Not at all. But to say the whole book is BS is nonsense. To say both volumes of How to Eat to Live are BS, that's not right and exact. There are definitely elements to How to Eat to Live that you can apply to your life that will help you. I'm not going to say everything within those pages is true, though. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say follow both of these books to a T 100%. No. There are certain things within the book that I would say you probably don't want to do this just yet. But then this part of it makes sense. You know, if you striving to lose weight, if you striving to reverse a disease, then eating one meal a day and then eating once every few days, that might help you. You know what I'm saying? That might help you get there, man. But if you trying to bulk up, if you trying to build some muscle, if you trying to maintain some muscle, that might not be what I would tell you to do. Like at all. You know, so it's certain elements to it. Dr. Sebi, I got the Dr. Sebi Bible right here. I got the Dr. Sebi Bible right here, you know. Of course, I agree with everything he done said. But to write off his whole lifestyle and say it's nonsense, nah, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. I agree with a large percentage of what he say. But there are definitely elements that I don't necessarily rock with, you know. But again, I'm not reading something to say, oh, this book is 100% true. No, I'm reading a book to take the best parts from it based off of me fact checking everything that's in it. If it's one of those books, that is how you do it. That is how you get out of that state of ignorance. So again, people be tripping. People be tripping, man. We take everything on face value. We judge based off of face value. Real Supreme Justice for sure. That's really one of the reasons why I got the book. Knowing the author. Like, that's one of the reasons why I got the book. It's another dude, man. It's a white dude that be tripping, man. Straight racist. I got some of his books, though. Mark Dice. If you know about that dude do not fool with black people at all. And he be talking about the Illuminati and all that type of stuff, man. Dude do not fool with black people at all. So I said, let me see what this dude is writing about. So I got some of his books. Dude don't like me at all. He don't like black folks. But I read his books, though. I read some of his books. I said, let me see what he's talking about. Let me see what I can take from it. So again, when you post the book, people think instantly that you haven't done any knowledge to the person, to the author. Like, nah, I'm just not afraid to tap in. I want to see what they talking about. I want to see what they building on. Oh, especially if I know you don't like me, let me see what you talking about. I'm studying the enemy. I'm seeing what the enemy is saying. Oh, Real Supreme for sure. And you already know I was studying him, tapped in, seeing what he was talking about. Seeing what he was talking about. 100%. I'm like, hold on, let me see what Alex Jones talking about. You know, he just got caught up in that little lawsuit or whatever the case may be. You know, I be tapped into all of that. Of course, we gonna research these authors. We gonna research the person that wrote the book, you know? For sure. First name Brandon, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I studied him. Cause I'm like, dude is honest with how he feels about black. I've always said this, man. I respect the white people that tell me how they feel about me, that let me know they don't like me. I respect that more than somebody that's in the closet. You know, I respect it. You know, I respect that. Oh, okay, you said you don't like me? Cool. I can respect that. Opposed to somebody that's in the closet. I respect that 100% of the time, man. 100% of the time. So I say, man, let me research that. Because y'all already know what I get on here and say. You know, so if somebody coming out here saying, I don't fool with black people, cool. Straight up. Fool with your own people. I feel you. I ain't mad at you. Do what you do. Say what you say. Speak your mind. Speak your piece. I'm finna read this book, though. And best believe they do the same thing to us. Best believe white folks do the same thing to us. Best believe. Best believe white folks done read every Elijah Muhammad book known to man. Best believe they got these books. Best believe they done read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Best believe they done studied Marcus Garvey. They do the same thing. Best believe it. Any black person that's out here talking the truth about white folks, best believe they didn't study them. Best believe they researching them. They was all listen. Khalid Muhammad talking. Best believe they lurking they lurking. They watching. They may not be saying nothing, but they watching though. Best believe Steve Coakley talking. Best believe white folks in the background somewhere paying attention. Best believe it. So why would I not do that to them and they people that don't like us? I'm gonna do that. I'm all in there. Oh, David Duke, he don't like us. He wrote a book. Let me read that real quick. Let me tap in. Let me see what he. They gonna tell you something. Something gonna slip out. They gonna tell you something very important. So let me listen to him. Let me listen to him. See, we gotta get hip, man. They studied the original man, and that's how they got us. I'm gonna study them. I am going to study them 100% of the time. I'm gonna study all of them. The wicked ones, the ones that's not wicked, all of that. I'm going to study everybody. Let me know something. Magic, what's happening? I'm going to study it from all different angles. Like I said, I got a multitude of different books written by all type of folks, man. That's how you reach the truth, in all honesty. In all honesty. CC 100%. Like I told y'all, you know, we talking about like I told y'all, I done studied Donald Trump. I done told that, man, listen. Donald Trump gave me some of the best game in regards to studying his books and stuff. Like straight up. Man, read all the Donald Trump books. I guarantee you. Like, this is 100% guarantee. I guarantee you. Read every Donald Trump book right now. This is homework. Go read every Donald Trump book and implement everything he's telling you to implement. I guarantee you. I guarantee you your life is going to unfold differently. Guarantee you. What some of the moves I'll make, man, I'm trying to tell you. Who y'all think we had to study in business school? I ain't telling y'all like Donald Trump. I ain't telling y'all I wouldn't punch him in the face. But I'm going to take the knowledge from anybody. He letting you know what to do. And he know most of us ain't going to take advantage of it. Because it's coming from him. See, Donald Trump know what he be doing. Donald Trump know that, hey, he's like these black folks ain't, some of them, they like most of them ain't going to listen to what I'm saying because it's coming from me, Donald Trump. So I can give them the entire game, and they not gonna implement anything because it's coming from Donald Trump. That's how messed up some of y'all are. I ain't like that. I'm like, let me see what Donald Trump finna tell you everything. Cause he think in his mind that we not gonna read and listen to it because it's coming from him. So they put everything in the book. He will reveal everything to you because he don't think black people will read his books. That's how much he don't like us. He don't like us to the point where he don't think black folks will read his books, so he gonna put everything in. He's not afraid to put the game in his books because he don't feel like black people gonna read them. And what do black people do? If I hold up a book right now, Donald Trump, and be like, get this book, the majority, the masses of black people gonna be like, nope, I ain't reading that. That's Donald Trump. I don't want to read no book by Donald Trump. What's wrong with you? I ain't reading no Donald Trump book. All right, cool. More for me then. More for me. I'm going to read them. Give them to me. First name brand for sure. That's the old cliche saying that people didn't forgot about. That's why I have all of the books that I have. Best believe I got Donald Trump joints. Don't even play with me. Shout out to Reginald Lewis, you know, RIP. But he got the book, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? And that's for sure. Why should white guys have all the fun? Hell no, they not finna have all the fun. We finna study them so we can have some of this fun too. RIP to Reginald Lewis, though. That's a great book, by the way. You know, when you start talking about wealthy black folks that did some powerful things, Reginald Lewis was one of the first. You know, shout out to Reginald Lewis, though. Why should white guys have all the fun? And that's right and exact. And I'm not finna let them have all the fun, so I'm gonna study what they doing in this system that they didn't created. If I want to know the rules to a game, why don't I study the people that created the rules to the game? Why would I not study the people that created the game? If I want to master the game, I'm going to study the people who created the game. That's smart. I am going to study the folks that made the rules. That is how you get ahead. Study them. They made the rules. They created the game. I'm going to study them. They are going to let you know the rules. They're going to let you know how to master this game because they created it. We didn't create it, so we're not going to learn how to master it by studying us. We didn't create this game. They did. Come on now. Simple. 48 Laws of Power, Art of War, The Prince. Shout out to Tupac. He the reason why I read that. 33 Strategies of War. All of them joints, man. But The Prince is a slept-on joint. People talk about the Art of War and all of that, but The Prince is just like that, man. The Prince by Machiavelli, that book is powerful. That book is just as powerful as the Art of War, if you ask me. But The Prince is one of my favorite books of all time. Y'all know I'm a big Tupac fan, so he's the reason why I read that initially. But that's one of my favorite books of all time. It's right up there with the Art of War. But The Prince is on point. It's on point. That book is definitely on point. So like I say, I study them and see what to do, see how to move. But y'all, man, hey, my 45 minutes is up, man. I had about 45 minutes. So I done built on what I wanted to build on today, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with the kid for the brief 45. I'm going to try to tap in maybe tomorrow, but I got this book that I'm reading right now, so I might tap into that book, man, and try to get ahead on that book, man. But I appreciate y'all. I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. If I see y'all tomorrow, I'm going to see y'all. If not, I'm going to definitely tap in on Friday, man. Y'all be easy out here, though. Peace.